everyone, I am Tacet and welcome back to another episode of our Gems of War Let's Play series. Since Silverglade has come out, we have still not opened up our chest, so we are going to be doing that. Before we do though, we do want to go to the shop and go to our glory rewards. It is the Silverglade Maiden, and one particular thing we'll want to do is because she gives blue-purple trait stones in case we ever get a Queen Mav, which is a very, very powerful troop right now. We'll want to make sure we buy 8 of her, so we get 16 of the Arcane Spirit trait stones. So we'll do that right now. Haven't gotten a single one of her yet, so we'll buy all 8 of them. That doesn't cost too much, only costs 3,200 glory, which we can afford right now. And as I've been talking, I have not been keeping track at all of how many we have clicked. I think that's 7, and I believe that is 8. But yeah, that is only 3,200 glory, so fairly easy to do. Let's just double check to make sure that we did indeed get all that. And yes, that is 8 of them. So now we have those 16 arcanes over in our hero. If we go over there right now, we can see we are at the... over in our collection, we can see that we have the 16 arcanes that we will need for her. Actually, we already had 2, so now we have 18 of them because we already had 2 of those from just standard battles. But let's go do our keys now. We have a lot of keys. We'll just go through our gold keys. We'll probably get a couple of the newer ones here. I don't believe we have the new common Drake yet, if I'm not mistaken, so we should be able to get that, and I believe that's it right there. Yep, Silver Draken. We finally got another, or one of those. So if we happen to get the new legendary, that'll be really good because we'll be able to have that all traded up and everything. We end up getting another new one here, Snowy Owl, not relevant to the new kingdom though, but we didn't end up having that. I guess it was in the drop pool now. I think I end up skipping that event mainly because we could just get it now. If there's ever an extremely bad common in the event thing and you don't want to like waste your glory on it, you never really need to get it. It'll be in the drop pool within a couple weeks to about a month or so afterwards, so you can just pick it up then and you're good to go. So that's the end of our gold keys. Nothing too interesting from these. The other keys is when we start getting a little bit more interesting with them. So let's go now into our glory keys. We have 34. Might as well just dump all of them, see what we get. Okay, nothing new. Let's go to our lack of gem chest. So let's go to the event chest. That is what we want, please. I need that dragon so bad. This is all the event chests we've been saving. I think no, we've used some event chests. We used about 10 event chests the last Glacial Peaks event, which was about a month ago. So this is about a month's worth of glory keys on this account. Of course, we're still in a very small guild. Higher guilds can do this in pretty much 1 week. But we'll go and do this. We already have the new Princess Espeth. Let's just click it and see what we get. Just waiting for one more. Okay. And we got it. We got it. So, what are we doing in this video? Oh, we're going to do a Kristanex team. That seems like the perfect thing to do. Oops, not the Rowan. But we got it. Oh, we actually got another one too. Oh, unicorns. Unicorns are useless. Don't use it. Got some nice trait stones and a little bit of everything. But yeah, wow. There we go. We got the epic, so we don't even need to do the kingdom now. And we end up getting the new dragon, which was the main drop I wanted from this. Deals damage to all enemies, boosted by how many gems you remove, and it gets to remove as well, which gives us some board control. Has that 2-to-1 ratio, summons the Silver Drake that we just got. And while we won't be able to trade it for a long while, it does have some pretty good traits. But what we can do, I believe we do have enough to level it up. As far as Princess Espeth, this pretty much has no use for us, because she's only good if you have her fully traded, and we aren't getting her fully traded anytime soon on this Let's Play account. So she's pretty much just useless to us. Until you can get her empowered, you're better off not using her. You're better off just using the Sunweaver from last week, or really anything that's a yellow-blue instead of her. And since we have the gems, one thing that you use gems for once you have bought in both of your 500 gems armor, or if you bought the Death Knight armor instead, you normally use them on 50 bulks of gem chests. You could sometimes use them on 50 bulks of event chests. I probably would have this video. Just used up all my gems to try to get the new legendary. But most often than not, you will want to go for the gem chests. They both actually have the same rarity drops. The only difference is the event chest will drop from a specific kingdom. So if you want like that specific legendary, like the new dragon that just came out, you'll want to focus on these. Whereas if you just want more troops for cheaper, you just go for the gem chest, which is what we're doing right here because we got the legend that we wanted. So let's see if we can get anything from this. We do have a couple new ones, nothing particularly good though. Spark Grinder, don't need it. Zephyros, don't need it. Spark Grinder is just a mech buffer for attack and armor. Mechs aren't that good at this current moment. And Zephyros is pretty decent earlier on in the game, but we're starting to get to the point where he's not as decent anymore. He just destroys a row or column, I mean, and deals a little bit of random split damage at a 3x ratio per yellow hit. And oh wait, we got one other new one down here. Oh, we got that Urskar Wardener. This was another one that we end up skipping during one of the event weeks, so we didn't have to waste our glory. And a Twisted Hero, you'll never need it. Twisted Hero is pretty useless. So yeah, that's what we end up getting. So let's go show something with this dragon. That is insane. Okay, so we were lucky enough to actually get it. So let's make a team out of it. So we'll definitely want our Dragon Soul. We'll want to put in that new, the one that we actually just bought a bunch of. Let's just go straight to Silverglade, actually. We'll want to put in two things. Obviously, the legend that we just got somewheres. What I'm also going to want to put in is the Silver Maiden. Main reason for this is she is actually a really good tank. And if we want to, we could even buy more copies of her so we have the trait stones for her. I don't think I'm going to do that, though. But actually, let's not level her. We might actually just put her towards the back. Later on, I might put her to the front. The main reason is I don't have the souls to actually level her up at this current moment. She is a really good first slot for protection, but we can't really utilize her, unfortunately, due to her lack of level. We try leveling her right now. That's as far as she could possibly go. So we'll just put her to the back, and we'll need one other troop. We could even just go all dragons with these two. But I do want to get the double trait stones this week. We do need a lot more trait stones. And of course, if you use a Silver Maiden in your team, you will get twice as much. Just trying to think of a troop that we can do. We could probably do a brown yellow of some sorts. I just don't think we really have anything too viable. I would almost think Dust Devil, but we don't have the trait stones for it. Cockatrice might just have to do that. Mantis wouldn't be too horrible. Actually, I might just go Mantis because we don't even really need any levels on it. Keghammer wouldn't be the worst thing to put there. Unfortunately, there is not a brown-yellow dragon in the game, so we'll just have to put some kind of scrap. That or just put a, or not even go for a scrap and just put in a dragon into the team. So we'll just see what we have as far as dragons in that regard. So we could even just put something like a dragon egg or something else like that into our team. Trying to get as many covers as we can. We could always just put a bone dragon, I guess. So let's go bring in our level 1 bone dragon. You got this bone dragon. Of course, normally you don't want to use the bone dragon with a dragon soul or Christinix, but mainly because they hit all enemies and that'll tear off the armor. But hey, might as well. We need some kind of dragon there that fits the color. There aren't really any good yellow dragons, or at least none that we currently have. All we have is the egg and the dragon moth. Dragon moth's probably the worst dragon in the game. And Dragon Egg only will help us defensively. So we'll just run with this team. Of course, we'll be going Dragon Soul Banner. You would pretty much never not with a Dragon Soul. So we'll go for that and see what kind of mischief we can cause with this team. Also, you can see we just end up getting a star there from upgrading our troop up. And let's see what we can do with this new legendary. So we will go for our revenge battle. I almost just clicked the 3 trophy thinking I'm on my main account. Unfortunately, we can't do that with all of these random teams. There are teams that I could build if I scout them out and just counter them with stuff like Bone Dragon, Dragon Soul, and specific builds against them. Or entangle them if they're skull spam or something. But for the most part, it's just worth doing 2 trophies still. Until we get to about level, I think, 150 or 200, I don't know for sure. We won't be able to constantly take the 3 trophies, unfortunately. So now we just kind of have to keep doing the 2 trophy or whatever has the revenge. Or we just have to go out of our way to try to build some kind of build that can counter. Until those higher levels, you can't just make any team to win. You normally have to build specific counters to teams. Because you know on my account, normally I just stick with one team the entire time and we can tear through everything. Fortunately, earlier on in the game, due to how low scaling is, you won't be able to do that with absolutely everything you have. But eventually you will be able to. Anyways, we don't have the enchant, unfortunately. Of course, it can't enchant because it's not fully traded. But it's still very, very powerful without that. We don't need any traits on any of these to really fully utilize. Well, kind of, we need it on Maiden. But we could just put her into the back, and her in the back is basically the exact same as her with no traits, so not too big of a difference there. We'll just go for our green, just trying to poke our mana. Of course, the objective would be to either get the Dragon Soul up or the Crystallis. Okay. Well, we are a little bit lackluster on colors here. We're mainly just missing that yellow. And browns we can't really use because of his armor values. And after we cast even one of these, we definitely won't be able to use Bone Dragon. So, unfortunately, the Bone Dragon won't be able to do much unless we somehow get something off the board very, very early for it. But we'll go here, take out something that we don't need, like the yellow, just get that right off the board. It's really good for doing that. Even if we don't cover every single color, we can just poke something like that, and it works out pretty well. Okay, so we'll take our purple, probably get a red, yeah. Just double checking the board, make sure we get everything we need. Don't miss anything. Take our red, use our Dragon Soul, and it's pretty much matched. That will give us most of our mana back that we'll be needing for our follow-ups. If we maybe get some Cascade mana, that'll pretty much be the match right there. And of course, yep, there we go. And of course, we do 17 damage per cast because we have 3 dragons. We could even replace out the Silver Maiden. After this week, I probably will. But as you can see, we're getting 2 times the trait stones for using her. I'll probably replace out the Bone Dragon later with something. Still not completely sure, but let's try that again. You can see we got the double green trait stones there. But this is probably what we're going to be using for most of the week. That was pretty lucky that we ended up getting the new legend. The Dragon Soul Kristanex combo is one of the more powerful ones currently in the game, so that's pretty nice that we actually got this on this account. If you don't happen to have a Dragon Soul, Kristanex actually works pretty good with quite a few other Silverglade. You can use a Valkyrie instead because there's no mana conflict there, and there's definitely other options. You don't have to use Dragon Soul. I know we've been using a lot of Dragon Soul teams with it, but that's simply because it is the more powerful combo with it. But there's plenty of alternatives. Valkyrie would probably be the absolute best. Since 0 mana conflict, you have board control of 2 of them, the Valkyrie and the dragon itself, and you'll just be able to generate a huge amount of blue mana for it. So we'll take our purples here, even get the Bone Dragon up in time. He does have something with 10 armor, so before we cast out our Dragon Soul, we will try to get that off. And we do miss because, of course, it didn't have high enough armor value. A little bit annoying trying to use a Bone Dragon earlier on in the game. Most of you know how insane that is later in the game. But yeah, we'll just do that. Use our other ability. Actually, Dragon Soul is enough, and that's it. That's how quick this is. Like, their combo is insanely quick, like to the millionth degree, and it is so much fun to use. Glad that we have it on this account too. We could get some really quick farming in this week with this combo. And then there's just a random bomb bot there. I think that's literally just one bomb bot set up. Unfortunately, it probably is. Yep, okay. Well, we'll show one more battle after this. This would be a pretty lame last battle to show. So let's just try getting in one more battle. Just have to kill him real quick. Pretty much anything will do that. So if he just takes a brown, we'll hopefully get a skull after, and then we can just wrap that up and go into the final one there. Maybe we'll even get a Dragon Soul just for that little bit of extra souls. Always nice. Nope, he's not going to give it to me. And there's nowhere on the board that we can take it as of this current moment. So we'll probably just go for a random color, wait until we get alignment. Nothing else. He could just kill himself with brown, so we don't even really need to worry about if we don't get anything this turn. Like right now, yeah, we don't even need to worry about it. He'll cast, we'll win. So I have to go for that rival battle real quick. Can't just leave it there. That revenge plus rival, that's always very nice free glory. Of course, last week we were able to get 5 free glory per battle, but whenever you take that revenge plus the rival, that's 5 glory extra right there, so you don't even need it to be an event week to be able to get it. So here's something a little bit stronger. He's over 1,000 team score higher than us. He's still using the Ranger, which is pretty annoying. I believe we're both at about the same level too. Actually, we're a little bit higher, so it's a pretty fair fight here. Let's see what we end up fighting. Or actually, I don't even know. His team score is a lot higher, but that might be because we don't have our Silver Maiden upgraded at all. If I'm not mistaken, we still have it at level 1, no traits. Yeah, our level 1, no traits, Bone Dragon, level 1, no traits. Our whole entire team right now is just a Dragon Soul with a Kristanex. And both of them have 25% this week, too. Dragon Soul from All Mystics and Kristanex from Silverglade bonus this week. But, of course, even though this doesn't have Crystallized, taking the purple first is pretty much always a strategy with this. Doesn't matter if you do or do not have the Crystallize on it. We do want to hunt out any of these 2 manas. These are the main 2 we'll want to be taking. Pretty much no other color or skull. Even if there are skulls, we'll likely just leave it there. We could take browns right here. I think I'm going to go for the blue, though. Don't really need to worry about the Dragon Soul. And we end up getting a skull. As you can see, there goes her Holy Armor. She does have that 40% reduction. Only thing that has it. A little bit weaker than Stone Skin, but a lot stronger than Armored. Yep, we'll just take blue. Not getting any surges, unfortunately. Hopefully, if we take another blue or green, it'll end up being a surge. Like right here, please surge. So we're 1 mana short. If we had crystallized, that would be all the way up. Unfortunately, It is not. And there's nowhere we can actually take our last mana either, so we'll just have to take some red, so we'll get a little bow on us. This board has like nothing right now. Luckily we can take the purple right there. He'll get the silver maiden kill, though as I mentioned before, we still trigger the event weeks even without the event troop surviving. It is triggered based on it being on your team. It is not triggered based on it living, so you don't need to worry about it surviving or not. Bone Dragon, I was thinking about casting, but if it missed, we would have lost our Dragon Soul, so I just ended up using it straight out, so just to be safe. And there we go. We pretty much got the win then. We'll just use this on yellow, which we do not use. And we'll get our little Drake. Of course, that's the Drake I was referring to earlier. I should probably trade it up. That actually would be a pretty decent thing to trade up with this team. Whenever another thing that Kristynix does is summon a Silver Drake, which we just end up getting. So now we can give it its traits. The only two that would actually trigger is Insulated and Water Link, though, because Dragon Bond triggers at the beginning of the battle, and anything that's summoned that triggers something at the beginning of the battle does not actually activate their trait when they are summoned, as of this current moment. But he deals a little bit of damage, freezes the first enemy, and if its magic is lower, then it'll create 8 blues. The level that it is based on actually, I don't even know. Is it just due to max level? Because we haven't leveled the Silver Drake at all, yet it came as a 15. It could be based on its magic level, because that's also 15, but that's just where it caps at. I don't know. It's probably based on its magic level now that I think of it. So, yeah, it's based on its magic level. So we'll just throw down Dragon Soul. Now we do 20 damage to everything, too, because we end up killing out the Maiden for it, and got a Dragon there. So, there we go. That is the new combo. You can see how devastating it is earlier on in the game. Plus, we're getting still those double trait stones just for setting a level 1 Silverglade into our team. But anyways, that'll wrap it up for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. And have a wonderful day.